Yo, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't been super consistent, but I'm really working on it. It's almost 2025. It's tomorrow, actually. Tomorrow is 2025. And we all kind of have two options, right? To keep living the life we've been living and not make any real changes, but better not expect anything to change then, or gain some discipline, build some discipline, and get some new habits going and some more intention in our lives, set some goals, ask ourselves what it would look like if we want to attain that goal, how do we get there? So yeah, this episode, if you want to call it that, is all about setting goals, forming new habits, and taking yourself seriously, taking your work seriously, taking your life seriously, and taking ownership over your life. We have one chance on this floating rock in space, and why not make the best out of it? Why not inspire and impact as many people as we possibly can? So I'm going to share my goals and what's going to help me get there, and hopefully this will inspire you to set some of your own goals and figure out what you want in your life and figure out a game plan to help you get there. And if you want one-on-one assistance or guidance from me, a professional artist, I offer creative coaching through my website, annamariasfineart.com. You can always check that out, and I can't wait to help other creatives grow and set goals and develop the habits they need to live the life they want to live. But anyway, let's start with myself. So I am making this video before I've actually written down goals for 2025, but I can tell you right now, actually, hold on one sec. Well, this just goes to show how flawed we all are, because I wrote down some goals in my notebook that I can't find right now for 2024, and I know I've reached, I think, at least half of them. So maybe I will try to find that notebook at some point and add it to the comments. But the point is to set goals and then ask yourself what it would look like to attain them. I definitely wrote down to be in 3 galleries in the French Quarter in New Orleans, which I attained. I want to say becoming an LLC was one, which I did this year also. I want to say working out more often was one, which I also did. I took my first pole class. I took my first HIIT booty therapy workout class. I tried to do an aerials class and it got canceled, and I never got around to doing that. But I roller skated this year. I learned how to crochet this year. So yeah, I mean, there's been so many wonderful, beautiful things about 2024. It's also been a brutal and really hard year. But it is time for us to take ownership and say that 2025 is going to be our year. This is going to be the year that we pursue our dreams and we make shit happen. So for me, I am moving to Virginia in a few months. So my goal will be to start building my career there, probably in Richmond. So maybe 3 renowned galleries in Richmond would be a great goal. I also the long-term goal is to start homesteading and build my own home with my partner. So learning some survival skills or more about gardening, growing your own food, growing livestock, taking care of livestock. Yeah, so things like this that will help me get to my end goal. Also, saving money. Saving money is going to be a huge goal for 2025. That will help me attain what I really want, which is freedom, property, my own built and designed home. And I can't wait. I also started disc golfing this year. Like, if you would have told me that I would start crocheting and disc golfing in 2024, I would have said you were crazy. I enjoy both a lot though. They're so much fun and they're really fulfilling, and it's so great to just have hobbies that I never thought I would even try that are super enjoyable. And my partner also disc golf, so that's something fun we can do together. And yeah, I have kind of been off and on with morning routines for the past year, maybe even 2 years, but I'm really trying to get back on the train. Honestly, in my opinion, morning routines is where everything starts. If you wake up and you start your day with intention, it's going to be so much easier to add more intention into your day. And then you can always rest in the evening and you already feel good because you got shit done. And that is the best way to go about life. So my morning routine that is built to help me live the life I want to live, stay connected and grounded with myself, show up for myself, take care of myself. This is how it goes. So I wake up somewhere between like 9 and 10. I morning journal first thing, at least 2 pages, but it's like 2 to 3 pages, and sometimes if I'm having a really rough day, like 1 page, but the goal is like 2 to 3 pages. I usually do 2, honestly, let's be real. So 2 pages in my morning journal, and then 5 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of stretching / yoga, and then I am already drinking coffee at this point, but drink coffee, I have a small breakfast, and I take care of our dogs. Let them out, feed them, all of that shebang. And then after that, I have gallery hunting, which I don't necessarily need to do every day, but seeking out a gallery, saving it in your phone so that you can reach out when the time comes, checking in on galleries that you've already reached out to, maybe following up, but just having structured time that's consistent to seek out opportunities and put yourself out there is really great for your goals. And it helps just getting comfortable with rejection, getting comfortable putting yourself out there and applying to things, and even just like navigating different websites. And another thing like that aligns with that is like working on my portfolio, working on my website. Doing these things will help me apply to more galleries, and that is super foundational for what I really want. Also, after that is painting and studio work. So 2025, this is a goal I know that I want to finish 1 painting a week. This is my goal. May not hit it, but I'm gonna try, even if I have to finish a painting in a day because it was such a busy week. I only got 1 day to work on it and it's a quick painting. That's the goal. I really want to paint looser and more brushstrokey, and yes, so that is going to be a big focus. Doing more studies and not worrying about being perfect, and focus on the process and my technique of laying down paint and the intention behind it over making perfect work, right? So 1 painting a week, and then painting / studio time can encapsulate a lot. It could also be like restocking my prints for events. It could be cleaning up my studio, cleaning my brushes, could be organizing things that are unorganized, you know, anything that relates to supporting my art is blocked out. It's like 2 hours a day, or like this is all typically like Monday through Friday because I tend to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I like to Saturday, Sunday just give myself, when I say work, in the past it's been markets. I don't know what it's gonna look like in Virginia exactly yet, but I'm hoping that we're able to do markets and shows pretty quickly, like off the bat. And if I'm doing a part-time job, it's painting related and part-time. So yeah, hopefully this kind of rhythm that I have will also align there. And then I have different things like therapy every other week. I have like move your body like 3 times a week. So some evenings it'll be like taking a new class or just going to the gym or like meeting my therapist. But then there's days where my evenings are just free, and that's when I can do things like catching up on chores, I can crochet, I can meal prep for the week, I can do laundry, go through my clothing, get rid of stuff. That's another goal I have this week, hopefully. So yeah, and honestly, I just want to encourage you guys to really own this life and ask yourself, what do I want out of this? Where do I want to be in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? And what am I actually doing to get there? And if you're not happy the path you're taking, you can change that path. You can make a different choice. You can be whoever the hell you want to be. There are no rules. Everything is made up. We can do whatever. So ask yourself where you want to be, who do you want to be, and what would it look like to be there. Something else I'm really like curious about and getting into is the concept of sewing. The first thing I ever wanted to do was be a fashion designer, and I absolutely love fashion. I know you can't tell based on how I come to my YouTube channel, but I absolutely love fashion. I have a bunch of really cool clothes. I love styling. I get a lot of positive feedback from my community about my styling abilities, and sewing and creating my own items would be unreal, magical. But I am not entirely sure how to go about the process of making money off that, and if that's how I want to go about it or not. I kind of, down the line, like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it would be so cool to have my own storefront and have fine art on one wall, clothing I styled in a different section, and maybe crocheting in another corner or whatever else I want to explore in the future. Like, it's just a Anna store. Like, my whole brand will just be my personality and everything I love, and people will come because they love it, and it's creative and it's colorful and it's vibrant and it's wonderful. Oh, I could also have creative coaching in the space, and it could still feel like high end but also accessible, something that's beautiful but accessible, and quality over everything. And I love the idea of reselling too, but that's just like too much to take on right now. But this is all something that could be in a storefront one day. Amazing. So yeah, figure out what your goals are, write them down. There's actually statistics that writing down your goals like indefinitely increases your ability to actually attain them. So write down your goals and work backwards. Maybe your goal is to be in a gallery. You have to ask yourself, what would it look like to be in a gallery? Well, the first thing you're going to need is a body of work, right? That is cohesive, that is sellable, that is palatable. And then from there, it is, okay, well, what do I need to do to build a body of work? I'm also going to need to make connections. I'm going to have to reach out to galleries. What am I going to need to do that? Probably an artist bio and a portfolio. So work backwards from what you want to attain, and then you can set your daily schedule to help you attain each goal, and you want to start from the beginning. And when you're setting goals, it's so important to set low, realistic bare minimums. So that is why my journaling is like 2 pages minimum. The book is like relatively small, so 2 pages is not a lot. And 5 minutes of meditation. 5 minutes. I can give 5 minutes a day. And there's days when I don't even want to give that, but I'm always glad I do. So you want to start really small. That way they are super attainable, and you can create that brain chemistry of like, I can show up for myself. Like that becomes a pattern. When you set large or high goals that aren't realistic, you're going to create the brain chemistry of, I can't consistently show up for myself. But every time you do show up for yourself, that connection gets stronger and stronger and easier, literally in your brain. So make sure when you're setting goals for 2025, you are starting small and realistic and accessible. And I promise you, it's going to be so much easier to reach your goals than if you're setting high, really difficult goals, or like even habits or routines, you know, like just make sure it's small. And even if you're like, okay, I'm going to paint 10 minutes a day, like odds are you're going to start painting and you're going to end up painting for longer than 10 minutes. So the goal is to just give yourself something small that will get you started. Even with my 10 minutes of yoga, like it's pretty easy to do 15 or 20 minutes. Like just start small, just set the goal low, and then watch yourself show up for yourself and go even further because you were able to show up because it was easier, and you just kept going because you were enjoying yourself, because you're literally setting yourself up to do things that are good for you. It is really hard for people who are neurodivergent, if you're ADHD, if you got a touch of the autism. Schedules and rituals, that's not the word I'm looking for. Schedules and routines can be really hard, and you can feel a lot of resistance with it. That's only because our whole lives people have told us how we should be living our life and what's right and what's wrong and all these made up rules. But what's amazing is as adult humans, we get to make our own rules and create our own life. This is your opportunity to be your own boss and to take control. And you don't have to live some life you don't want to live. If you want to be in a gallery, build your life to look like that. You're going to cut out time to paint. You're going to cut out time to seek out galleries. You're going to cut out time to work on your portfolio and to create an artist bio. And the more intention and energy you put into that, the more the universe is going to just open things up for you. Like I promise you, every time I commit to something and show up for myself over and over again, things just start to work out. Opportunities just start to come to me because I am living the life. This is what manifesting actually looks like. A lot of people talk about manifesting and just this relentless belief in yourself, but you have to walk the walk more than you're just talking the talk. You have to say, okay, if I want to be a professional artist, what would my life look like? And then start living that life. So this is literally the key to living your dream life and to feeling fulfilled and feeling proud of yourself and showing up. I really want to build more discipline, which means coming into my studio space even when I don't want to. It means showing up even when you don't want to. And if you think about work and school and playing sports, like there are countless times when you just don't want to show up and you have to show up. Why are you willing to do that for everyone else but not for you? You know? So this is your time. This is your chance. This is your pep talk for 2025. This is our lives and we get to build them. We are the architect. So put some intention behind it. Decide who you want to be and figure out what it's gonna look like. Another hot tip for living the life you wanna live is follow people who are living the life you wanna live and learn from them. Allow them to be your mentors. And maybe you live in a rural area, or maybe you're super shy. Whatever it may be, you don't have to talk to them, but you can study what they're doing. Even if you just find someone on social media who's doing what you want to do and you study what they're doing, you can Google their name and look up articles, see what they're doing, where they're involved, who is their community. Look into it and pursue it, because we can be whoever we want to be. Okay, this is my video for the day. I need to clean, organize my studio space. That's something I'm trying to work on, is staying cleaner and more organized, because if my space is clean, then I can come in and create. You can't create in chaos. Well, you can, but it's stressful and much harder. But to create physically, you need space. You can't create something in a void. You can't create something where there is no space. So creating physical space by cleaning creates mental space, creative space. Then you have room to create new things, bring new things into existence. Okay, I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching. Send this to someone who needs some discipline, who needs some inspiration. Send this to your friend who is slacking. Send this to yourself to watch on a hard day. And if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of what I'm doing. And my goal is to do 1 video a week, 2025. We've got this. I might miss the week of Christmas or something, but we've got this. We can do it. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Love y'all. See you next time.